I guess I'm getting more kind of used to shooting short videos or whatever outside because I don't know. The lighting is a lot better, I guess, than inside, and of course, you want to, I guess, to try to, do things from a different way. I guess variety is one of those things that just kind of spices up all of our lives, anyway. But I actually wanted to kind of do another video here. I actually did not want to, I guess, do another video this soon, but I guess I kind of feel a need to do one, out of frustration, I guess, that you would say, it's I don't know how to start this video, but I guess I don't know. I don't like to, put out disclaimers or anything whenever I do videos, but I don't know. This video may, I don't know, anger some people, may come off as kind of like a hate speech or whatever, but the thing about it is that the Lord knows my intentions, and again, I'm not a hateful person, and I definitely don't dislike anyone, or I try my best, not to dislike anyone. I mean, I may be angry and may have to stay my distance away from folks, but when it's said and done, at the end of the day, it's nothing but love. Again, God does not give us the capacity or the ability to hate, even though we may choose to. He wants us to, to love folks, and stuff like that. But on to what I want to talk about. When you actually see people that are actually acting out of their role, it really it's very embarrassing. And for the most part, if you really sit there and really think about it long enough and deep enough, and try to get some understanding of what's going on and why, such things go on, you'll be surprised at what you find. I guess it's all a part of doing what I would call research, but, and excuse me for my parents, this is late morning, I sleep in or whatever, but there is something to be said about the young gay black youth of America, and there's a lot of things to be said. And the thing about it is that for the most part, when you sit there and look at them, how they interact with each other, how they address each other, how they, go about their day-to-day businesses with each other, it's very unsettling. I guess that's the word that I can actually use, unsettling. I mean, a lot of people may ask, well, why would you want to do a video? They're not bothering you and stuff like that. The fact about it is that, and I guess I'll address that beforehand before some nuthead or nutcase try to come off camera or, send me a private message asking me, about that. So I figured I'd answer that right now. They don't, their lifestyles or what have you, it's no business of mine. Just like it's no business of anybody else's, who chooses to live that lifestyle. But when I actually have to be confronted with it on a day-to-day basis, I guess, doesn't matter if you're going to a store or, going to, fill up on gas, just going about your normal day-to-day activities. I love this weather. It's drizzling out here. Perfect sleeping weather. But anyway, it's, when you're actually confronted with these things wherever you go, you have to really have an outlet, I guess, to really talk about it. And the thing about it is that I feel that I have the right to talk about it open and honestly. Again, this is my YouTube channel. I can say and do whatever I want to do and say. But when you sit there, I actually had, I was actually, I guess at Walmart recently or whatever, just picking up a few things on my way heading home or what have you, after a long day. And for the most part, I was sitting up there looking at two young, gay black men actually interact with each other, how they actually address each other as girlfriend, they even call each other the four-letter words, the B word and hoe and stuff like that, And the thing about it is that they weren't really doing it as far as any anger or animosity towards one another. They were just doing that, I guess they call that as a term of endearment. I don't know, in that culture or whatever, but it's just the way that they actually, accept. I don't know how to do this. How am I going to go about this? But it's just that they were actually okay with actually being addressed as a female. See, one of the main things that I actually don't understand is that, and this is just my opinion, and I'm allowed to speak my opinion, is that, gay folks, for the most part, lead a very confusing existence. And what I mean by that, and I don't mean that to be, I guess, insulting or whatever the case may be, even though, some people may just choose to look at it as an insult. Really, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to say what I got to say anyway. You already know how I roll. But to me, they lead a very confusing existence. For one, let's say, example, for the male. You don't like women, so you say. You don't want to have anything to do with them sexually, so you say. But yet still, everything that you do or say is and of a female nature. You don't like females. First, you wear a whole bunch of makeup. It looks like it's caked on, with a butter knife. You wear these tight clothes like typical females. Now, keep in mind, now you don't like females. I mean, for me, it's like you don't like anything about them. So for the most part, you're wearing clothes and wearing this makeup, and then you try all of these questionable hairstyles and, like I say, the clothing and tight pants, and even some of them wear high heel shoes, stilettos, stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out why in the world, if I don't like something or a gender or whatever the case may be, just speaking, hypothetically, the last thing that I would actually want to do is to dress like the thing that disgusts me. I don't get that. I don't know. Have anybody else ever thought like that? I guess I'm more of the type where, I like to think outside of the box and really think deeply about different things like that, because, with me, I wonder about things like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have other people that may think like that outside the box. But the thing about it, and the same thing goes with the female. You don't like men, so you say, but yet still you will dress. You will even try to deepen your voice. You even start to cut off all your hair, most of them, and really begin to take on the mannerisms as a man, even though you don't like men, so you say. And I just don't understand, for the most part, where is this going? I mean, it's kind of hard not to talk about the subject, because most of our brothers and sisters, well, I can speak for the brothers for the most part, they are accepting and adopting this lifestyle of choice. And the sad part about it is that they want you, or expect for you, to accept it. If you don't accept it, you're automatically, a gay basher, or you hate, homosexual. And the thing about it is that I don't hate any creature that God created. I mean, we're humans, we're creatures, The issue is that, you have to speak open and honestly. And I mean, regardless of what you say, somebody's going to get offended. I mean, and the funny thing about it is that I'm prepared for that. I'm willing to accept that as a part of, me doing this video. But it's something to be said about that. I mean, when you go, it doesn't matter where you go, who you run into, and like I said, we live in a free society, there's nowhere you can go, nowhere you can hide, you're going to always run into this type of situation. But my question is the reason, I want to know the reason why. And the funny thing about it, after, doing a lot, of soul searching and just really just wanting to ponder the question to really see what's going on, is the need to be accepted. I think I did a video about that once before. It's been like a while ago, because I left the subject alone, and like I say, but the issue is that, sometimes in order for you to kind of combat a situation, you have to speak about it and be open and honest about it, and a lot of people, like to dance around the issue, but I'm learning these days that in order to get up some sort of resolution, sometimes you got to attack things head on. I mean, and like I say, I guess, that's something that, that I'm learning every day. There's some things that you can't skip around. Some things you have to be open and honest about, and the thing about it is that, I believe, again, that it's all about wanting to be accepted, wanting someone to love you, and accept you, or or the person may feel out of place, and stuff like that. However, however it may go. I mean, you have a lot of people that say they choose to be gay for a lot of different reasons under the sun. And the thing about it is that, when you talk about it in relation to putting, including the religion in it, it's like you're throwing holy water, because the first thing they're going to actually already be on alert, and begin to want to attack, saying that you're homophobic and stuff like that, And like I say, I've been called all those type of things, and I just keep it moving. I don't let it really ruin my spirit. But the issue is that the whole agenda, and I say that, in quotation marks, the agenda is the reason why a lot of people have to speak on this, even though they may not be comfortable with it. Because everywhere that they go, our schoolhouses, our government offices, our churches, our, everywhere that people, as they say, get together, especially a lot of, get together in groups or whatever, you're going to actually be confronted with this type of lifestyle on some sort of level or basis. And the thing about it, again, is that I think that no one should feel guilty about wanting to talk about it to kind of get some open clarification. Because the thing about it, again, is that, it's a confusing existence. You say one thing, but yet still you're trying to be something else. And then, of course, the flamboyancy, that goes along with that, especially for the black men. Now, you have some women that are, lesbians, I guess. They call them lipstick lesbians. I don't know. Those are the ones that I'm assuming that are more